Yeah, Carlin, I was wondering how you're fitting in Fayetteville, Arkansas, coming from USC, and just how things been going from spring, summer, and now six practices.
Well, I'm originally from the South, so it wasn't very hard of a transition for me. Living in LA was a bit of a culture shock because I'm a small town kid from Bay City, but it was more my speed coming down to Fayetteville. Everything's slower pace, so I can think and know what's on my schedule for the day, football wise, and stuff like that. So it was pretty good adjustment.
What originally attracted you to go to Southern Cal then?
I mean, originally I've always been a kid that wanted to live in Los Angeles, but by the grace of God, I was able to live there when I turned 18. And I had a good coach over there that I really liked that recruited me, Coach Nua, and I have tons of respect for him. But that's really why I went there. USC's a powerhouse, but that's really why I went there.
Why did you, or when things unfolded, when you entered the transfer portal, how did things unfold with Arkansas first getting in touch with you, you making the visit, and ultimately deciding to wind up here?
Originally, my parents were telling me Hobby had gotten in touch with them and was on it, just constantly trying to recruit me and stuff like that. And then my parents were just telling me, they were like, we have to go visit Arkansas. They have a lot of interest in you. So first day I got here, it was just, they worked wonders. I was like, this feels like home, feels like family. It was just a good family environment for me. And I was like, I feel like I can, develop here and be able to perform here. So that's why I chose to come here.
You stayed, and after kind of a rough year last year, what was the why for you to come back?
My biggest wow was because I really love Arkansas as a whole. Like the state is really living. Like my first time visiting here was unbelievable. Like from the people, I told myself when I was going to transfer, I wanted to look for something that's similar to where I was, but a bigger competition. And after the rough year I had, I really just honed in on the people around me and just asked for advice, from my parents to my mom to my agent. And he really was just telling me choose where your heart is. And I was telling myself that, you know what, I have a big chip on my shoulder. Let's come back and, by the grace of God, I'm able to come back for another year and do what I want to do.
How better are you from last year to this year, and what do you think of the new defensive system?
Oh, way better. I would tell myself every single time I'm trying to get better at my craft, at communication, learning more. And I really, really do love the defensive staff. It's unbelievable. With the schemes they put in, the way they want us to understand all 11 on the field, from our job to the guy besides our job, to the guy behind his job, so we know where they're fitting. It's something that I really appreciate for us to go to the next level.
Carl, I want to ask you about the depth you feel like you guys might have at the nose and tackle spots, and what that's looking like.
I feel it's looking pretty well. Me and Oki constantly competing for the spot and, battling, trying to get better at this spot. They're trying to make us more versatile, learning different spots like D tackle and nose, and then they're trying to bring Danny Bill along and all the younger guys to help us, perform on the field. But I feel like it's going pretty well so far.
You were on the team last year. You saw the depth that they didn't have last year. Can you talk about maybe the improvement you've seen there?
Oh, definitely. I would say when I transferred here and I seen I was only D tackle that was out the portal. I guess I was inside. I was okay, maybe it's good that they brought me in. I'm ready to go, and seeing that when I got hurt, it was back to kind of square one for them, and it really sucked for me because I wanted to be out there with the guys, and I felt bad. I felt it was my responsibility to be out there and just perform to the high expectations. And seeing that the coaches, the new staff, they've gone in and honed into recruitment, and they went and got guys like Carlon from USC and Day from Oregon and Trajan Autumn from Ohio State. It's remarkable. So they definitely are. They're definitely excited for the defensive line we're gonna have.
Either of you, both of you, whoever wants to take it, just Hunter Osborne, what stood out about him now that you've gotten to be around him?
His leadership, man. He's a real leader. He brings the whole team together. He's always trying to, make us better, correcting our flaws and stuff like that. And, always making us come in and watch film after and, texting us every morning, make sure y'all are up before a lift and stuff like that. And so I feel like he's a true leader to this team.
Yeah, I would definitely say the same thing as well. I would say when he first got here, he definitely knew he wanted to slowly go into that leadership role, by just being around the guys, even communicating with DBs or talking to people that's not usually around his circle. So seeing that, he definitely started bringing guys along, and then knew that when football was starting to come, a lot of people will understand and just go along with his principles.
David, just wondering, What was last year like for you? I mean, you kind of touched on it there, but just how difficult was it coming here? You're going to an SEC school, a chance to make a name for yourself, and having to deal with those injuries and kind of miss most of last year.
I was excited to come into SEC, like coming from ACU. Like I loved ACU. Don't get me wrong. Like for me to transfer here, the coaches here really like they got me excited. And coming in here, I got hurt fall camp, and it kind of sucked for me because I wanted to perform out there at the time I was starting. And then when it happened to me, I really just had to like lay back and like focus on like my craft and like watching the film and getting my academics right. And I would say since then, like kind of I took myself like on a spiritual journey in myself to like get closer to God, because at the time I definitely knew that's kind of laid in and tied in with me not performing the way I performed at first. And when I got hurt, I got closer to God, and like through the whole winter to now, like I'm definitely performing to the way I want to perform.
And Carlin, Ogie kind of mentioned you, Day, Trajan, 3 guys, newcomers here. I mean, can you feel maybe some motivation from that trio, you guys coming here from some championship contending schools wanting to make a name for yourself now at Arkansas?
I feel like it brings the winning aspect to it. Because we all came from, winning programs. The fact that they went, 2-10 last year. And I feel like we could bring that type of – because everyone knows how to win since we came from solid programs. So I feel like that's what we bring to the table, what it takes to win and what the flaws were maybe in their past year. So I feel like that's what we bring to the table.
What have you guys seen from the 2 freshmen, Beal and Kennedy? What stands out about those guys, maybe other than just how big they are? What are they doing on the field to kind of find a role in this team?
I would say Danny Beal, he takes everything serious to make sure like if he messes up in a rap, like he kind of tells himself like he can do better than that. Sometimes with being a freshman, he gets in his head a lot. We as older guys have to get him out of that pit. Just tell us the next play, man, you're gonna play better than that next play. And he's a hardworking person. Like he talks a lot with Hunter Osborne in the meetings to like make sure he knows. He asks questions in the meetings. Anthony Kennedy is about the same thing as well. Like obviously, since Anthony Kennedy came in, like he's been somebody that we bring along, and as well as Danny, he sometimes gets in his head, but we just have to bring him along. But they're all special kids.
Yeah, I feel like they're both hard on themselves, but they're definitely in a developmental process, but they're coming along with it. I would say that.
What about Antonio Sandal-Bascom? He's the only new guy, I guess, at defensive on the defensive line. How's he fitting in?
He's very strong and a freak of nature. He just has to get the playbook down and his technique right, and he will be dominant. He's very dominant.
Yeah, we work out with him. We see him power clean without his legs. He's just kind of upright rows it with straight arms, 250 someone. But I'm excited for him. Like once he gets the play down, he's gonna be rolling. Like
absolutely,
rolling.
He has high energy.
Yeah, so he's strong and quick and high energy.
Strong and quick, yes. It's a dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think about your position coaches, Coach Cotton and Coach Wilkerson?
Well, I really like Cotton and Wilk. I feel like there's a perfect 50-50 role. I feel like Wilk's can be the bad cop to harp on you and when you're doing wrong and stuff like that. And Coach Hobby will talk you through it and stuff like that and make sure like you're not in your head and stuff like that because fall camp's a hard time for younger freshmen and stuff like that. So we could be harping on Anthony Kennedy and stuff like that being the leader role. Cotton will step in and be like, calm down, I got this. We can talk him through it and talk him through his technique because everything doesn't need a yell. Everyone doesn't accept that type of criticism every time. So I feel like that's the perfect coaching coordination to have. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, they're definitely a 2-2 punch. Like I love them a lot. Coach Cotton, he's definitely a character. When it's time to work, it's time to work.
Absolutely.
And he's gonna let us be guys around it, in the locker room, in the meeting room. But once that clicker is on, getting ready for us to roll, we're locked in. And Coach Wilkes, he keeps it 100%. And like if we're in there laughing and like not taking things serious, he makes sure that we are locked in. And come to drills, he keeps us to the highest standard. They both dudes, so that's what I really appreciate about them. I would definitely say they are one of my best coaches right now.
Absolutely.
Like getting me ready for the NFL.
Yep.
Carlin, for you, just coming from January till now, what are some of the things you've kind of had to work on the most, and where do you feel like you've made the most improvements?
I made the most improvement with my hand speed and hand power, like getting knocked back on blocks and stuff like that. But I still need to correct on my footwork and stuff like that, and my conditioning a bit because I do have a little bit of lackadaisical in me when it's certain, like maybe 6 play 7 or something like that in the drive, and we have to keep going. Maybe it's tempo or something like that. So I need to correct my footwork and conditioning. I would say that.
And for both of you guys, what have you guys seen out of the offensive line when you're going up against them?
Great competition.
Man,
The whole line.
the whole line.
Yeah, the whole line.
Going from offensive tackle left to the right, I would say I go against kind of basically all 5 of them because I play through a nose and D tackle. But I would say like they're great to compete with when it comes to inside run, when it comes to team run, team pass. They're great at picking up games as well. But we're even better at playing games against them to give them competition. So it's been really fun playing with them.
How did today go with the live tackling? What did y'all figure you got out of today?
I would say we definitely got out. We definitely need to work on our tackling. That's for sure. I myself have to as well. I would say that we were like our energy was there to like to run to the ball and get that ball out. We had about 2 or 3 fumbles today.
Yeah.
And like just saying that, I got out of that was basically saying that we as defense we're definitely ready for. Like we're contacting even during the stud, so I'm just ready for us to keep playing live tackling.
I just feel like we pursued the ball pretty well, like you said, just piggybacking off them, punching shots at the ball and stuff like that. And I feel like we had a pretty good day as a defense as a whole. So
Just a quick question about Quincy. What have you seen from him from last year to this year, where he's gotten maybe better, leadership role, things like that?
I would say Quincy, a lot of people respect him because of what he did last year. Like coming in, like a lot of younger guys, they look up to him. I would say like his leadership role continues to get better, continues to work on. He himself knows he has to continue to work on that. Like we're all in the room. Like, we know how Quincy is, and when he gets on the field, it's work time. He's not the person. He's not like a goofy character that out in the field. He's ready to work, and he's definitely probably one of the best pass rushers. Continue after Steven Souls, who's on the jack.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
yeah.
That's good stuff.